Hey, it's me, it's Michonne. The purpose of this video today is to show you the proper blowout technique for a relaxer-free, chemical-free client. My client's hair has been prepped and shampooed and actually been treated with the Dudley'S C28 and hair mask intensive reconstructive treatment. In the beginning of the blow dry, I pull my client's hair, her section, and actually with the tension method impose tension on it and blow it out to stretch the hair out and to remove majority of the water. When doing a blowout, you want to make sure that you have the proper tools. My number one tool that I use is a Denman hard rubber black brush. My other tool of choice, of course, is my BioIonic 10X blow dryer. It dries hair quicker than most dryers. It is a ceramic and ionic heat. It's amazing. So once you remove majority of the moisture from her hair, majority of the water, you want to go into subsections that are about a ½ inch thick and start chasing your Denman brush with your dryer. Make sure that your dryer has a heat concentrator on it as well, because if not, you'll actually end up imposing too much heat on those ends and you could risk burning those ends. So a heat concentrator nozzle is always ideal when performing a blowout. This blowout is actually leading me into a thermal texturizing, which it's just about technicalities, technical names, terminology. I choose to call my silk wrap a thermal texturizing. Sounds more professional. I'm proceeding through her section, taking the hair that I've previously blown out, merging the two together. And this section, as you can see, it's flowing already, and this is out without any extra heat. And for anyone who has any questions, my dryer, the heat, it goes up to high. I use this dryer on medium heat, and it's still getting me results that some of you all are using with a different type of dryer on high. My dryer stays on a medium setting all the time. Once again, we're chasing the brush with the blow dryer. And if you pay attention, the dryer is not even actually on her hair. Like I said, the heat concentrator actually takes all of the heat and distributes it right to the middle and concentrates on getting that hair dry. And when I'm blow drying her hair in a downward motion, chasing the brush with the dryer, what that does is it makes sure that I do not rough those cuticles of the hair back up. When you're taking the dryer and you're all over someone's head, just blowing it every which direction, you're roughing that cuticle up. In my experience, what I've come to realize, I have a dryer that's a BioIonic also that has a comb attachment. Even with me using the comb attachment on the same type of dryer, I still do not get the same finish and the same flowy blow dry that I achieve when I'm chasing the brush. Products that I imposed in her hair before I started the blowout, I used some of the Dudley'S Diversify Hydrate leave-in conditioner. I also used some of the Dudley Total Control liquid gloss spray. Both of those products are very, very key for me when I'm doing a blowout and prepping it for thermal texturizing. I tend to not pile a lot of products in hair when you're doing a thermal texturizing because you want a great range of movement. So the less product, the better it is. So my suggestion is that you select a product that is tried and true so you can get the best results. What I've come to find in my experience as well is that when I use products from the same product line, they give me the most optimal results, which is why I tend to stick with one product line. In this part of the video, I am starting to merge her hair together, but you can see the movement that we have. And then I move into our next section. With our next section, I'm going to proceed just like I did in the first section. Moving up the hair, as you see, I'm still taking her hair, detangling it. I like to detangle with the wood comb. Detangling, she already has all the product in her hair. And there we go with the tension method as well. The tension method again. Removing a lot of that moisture before we go into our subsections. The tension method stretches the hair out before we go into our subsections and removes a lot of the moisture. Half-inch partings in your subsection go under the hair. It will feel a little bit awkward to you at first, and then you need to realize the way you hold your brush, it's going to be more ergonomical for your wrist. So those people who are fearing using a brush because they're afraid of developing carpal tunnel, it's all in the technique that you use your brush in. Using your comb, your brush, your dryer, making sure that you're using it in the right angle. But it will alleviate a lot of the pressure that you normally feel on your wrist. I choose to use a Denman brush because a Denman brush is darker in color, and we know that that attracts heat. The round brushing, I've never been a fan of round brushing myself, but that's just personal preference. I find this method to be fairly easy, but it does take dedication. But the dedication that you put into your blowout prepping for thermal texturizing will actually be rewarding because it'll make your job that much easier. And we're just going to keep working through that section until we're working up to her crown. Through when you're doing your blowout services prepping for thermal texturizing, you can also look at, this is time that you can look at your client's the health of her hair, evaluate her ends, go ahead and determine what needs to go. Be talking this up with your client because the ultimate goal is to have healthy flowing hair. So just notice what you're seeing when you're doing your blowout. Go ahead and start advising your client as well. A lot of mistakes that I find a lot of people doing, or that I see people doing, is that when we're going into relaxer and chemical free hair, people are not realizing that if you do not have a proper balance of protein and moisture in your hair, you are not a candidate for a blowout. We can see here in this picture that her hair is fairly straightened out and she's ready for the next phase of our thermal texturizing. My iron of choice, of course, is BioIonic as well. I use the same dryer, BioIonic 10X. This particular dryer is a 1-inch iron. It has vibrating plates, which the vibrating plates allow for that hair to actually distribute evenly over the plate so it's receiving the same amount of heat. I use my flat iron on no higher than 380 degrees. And I only am going over my client's hair one time. I adapted this when I started using BioIonics 1-pass iron. It says 1-pass for a reason. And as long as you've infused the proper things into your client's hair before you apply the heat to it, it should not be as hard. And one of those things is to start with the proper blowout. The only other product that I have put in my client's hair at this point is Dudley's Cream Press and Dudley's Easy Curling Waving Wax. These are the only products that I will use through the whole process of straightening her hair, which I've already put all of that through her hair. So it's just giving me free range to go in and straighten as I need to. One time through her hair. It's really important when you're working with relaxer free hair, or any type of hair for that matter, that when you are doing your flat ironing or your thermal texturizing, that you treat it as such. Directional texturizing, directional flat iron actually tells the hair that too where to go. So if you want it to have a nice bend and a nice curve to it, and pose that in there while you're straightening her hair. I did explain that the 10X iron vibrates, and it vibrates because it distributes the hair evenly over the plates. I am a firm chaser of the comb and the brush. I do chase my comb with my flat iron, giving me an even finish as well. So if you see that, I do chase that comb. I'm a firm believer of that, and I'm a firm believer with that of the brush and the dryer as well. Um, like I said, my iron is set on no higher than 380 degrees. Our overall finish, we have a nice sheen of her hair. We trim those ends up, and she will be thermally texturized for 2 to 3 weeks. And I'll see her when she comes back. Thanks for watching.